Hey, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Leather with me, your sexy host, Ronnie from New Jersey. And, you know, this episode is brought to you by Golficity, as they all are, because we're on the mothership. We're in the tent. We're on the team, all right? You've been checking out some good videos. So I'm going to get ahead of my... Listen, the call to action, right? You're not supposed to say call to action, but that's what I'm going to do. So this is my call to action to you people. Listen, I'm easy about it, okay? If you laugh one time during this episode, just like it. Come on, it's easy. If you laugh twice, subscribe. I think that's fair, even though I hate when people say that it's fair. You know, that's fair. I'm not a fan of that. And if you laugh 3 times, I mean, share it. Scream it from the mountaintops. Let everybody know about this large, loud human being that's making you laugh on a regular weekly basis. All right, every Thursday morning, you're laughing on the train to New York City when you're going to work or wherever you're going to work. And I'm hoping it's because of me. So anyway, so we're moving on. So on this episode, right now, this episode is entitled Best Ball. As you might have already got a little glimpse, we got a lot of balls on the table, okay? And we're talking about balls. We're going to break down balls, how to buy balls, where to buy balls, what kind of ball to buy. It's just a lot of balls getting thrown around in this episode. And we're going to break down the new World Handicaps, you know, the system, the way that I'm going to explain it. You know, at least I'm going to take a shot at explaining it, okay? Because you might need Bryson DeChambeau because it's like rocket science. But they tried to dummy it down for us, you know, for like normal people. We're going to get into that. So, but first, let's jump right in. You know, last episode, we introduced our new sponsor, and it's Therapist Preferred Premium CBD. So we're going to talk about them a little bit. Co-founded in 2019 by pharmacist Doug and his patient Brent. Brent had a couple surgeries, right? Whether he had a shoulder, might have had a back, whatever he had, he was going through it, right? He was doing his PT, right? And he realized the CBD, him and his therapist, Doug, they said, wait, this CBD stuff is working. So they set out on a journey to source the highest quality products possible using natural ingredients and cutting-edge nano-emulsion technology. And they created Therapist Preferred, right? So they THC-free, all their products, organically grown and made right here in the United States, okay? You can find them on social, Therapist Preferred on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The website is, you know, very simple. It's therapistpreferred.com, okay? Spell it out. It's nice, you know. It's a beautiful thing. So listen, today we're going to highlight the soft gels, okay? The soft gels with melatonin, all right? These little beauties, all right? These things are nice. They go down smooth, right? They're soft gels, right? Soft gels do that. You know, you're not swallowing a horse pill. You're swallowing a beautiful, nice soft gel, okay? And the soft gels, they promote relaxation, healthy sleep, right? You know, you take one capsule about 30 to 45 minutes before you go to bed, and I'll tell you sleep like a baby. Me, I sleep like a horse. I snore like you can't believe. It's bad news. I feel bad for my wife. But, you know, it is what it is. You wake up, you don't feel groggy with these awesome soft gels. And the melatonin is just good for you. You know, it's just a nice thing. I like to take them before a flight, right? It just works. You know, it loosens up your back or you feel good. It's just a great product. And Therapist Preferred, we appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on board. And we're doing it. Therapist Preferred. CBD in the building. All right, so let's get to it now. So first we're going to jump off with this. I'm going to take my crack at this here PGA, you know, the world handicap rankings, okay? This the handicap system. So before they decided to make this change, right? There were 7 old systems throughout the world. So, you know, it's different everywhere you go. When you want to go over to Ireland or Scotland or England, you want to go play a nice round of golf. You want to go to Australia. You know, they got some great golf down there. You got to figure out what your handicap. It's all different. So here's what they did. The old system was an average of your 10 best scores over your last 20 rounds, right? And it updated on the 1st and 15th of every month, which drove me nuts. You know, you have a good round. You know, you have a couple good rounds. You want to see if it affected your handicap, and usually it only does by like 0.2. But, you know, you want to see it, and you had to wait to the 1st and the 15th in order for it to update. And also, there used to be a max score on every hole, whether it be 9 for your, whatever it was. There was a max score. So the new system, they got rid of everything, threw it all out. All the systems around the world got together and said, we're making one system and we're going to keep uniform, which is very smart. I think that they should do this in a lot of different aspects of life. But anyway, so they did it with golf, which is great. Now, the new system is an average of your best 8 scores over your last 20 rounds. So naturally, everybody's handicap's going to drop a little bit. So even though this offseason I've played no golf, I picked up an extra stroke. I might have went down to like a 12-2 instead of a 13-2, whatever it may be. It's nice. And here's another good thing. It updates every single day. Every day. Beautiful. Technology. I mean, it's apps. I mean, come on, smartphones. It should update every day. And it does. And now your new max score per hole is net bogey. Okay, excuse me, net double bogey. Excuse me, let's get that straight. Hang on now. Net double bogey. So basically what that means is that if it's a par 4 and you're not getting a stroke on that particular hole, the most you could take for your handicap reasons is a 6. Now, obviously, if you're playing for money or something like that, you got to count all your strokes if you're playing stroke play, whatever it may be. But as far as your handicap is concerned, it's going to be a different score, right? So if you're an 8, so let me just break that. For example, if you're an 18 handicap, you're getting 1 stroke on every single hole, right? So if it's a par 4, double bogey would be 6. And because you're getting 1 stroke on every hole, because you're an 18 handicap, the most strokes you can take on that hole is a 7. So now if you hit that 7th shot and it doesn't go in the cup, pick up your ball and move on, people. Unless you're, playing for a match for cash, But the whole point of it is to help quick pace of play a little bit. Don't get frustrated because that's the most that you can actually, whatever. It's the bad hole. That's all it is. Move on. Pick up and move on. So the scenario and the most strokes that your player could take on that hole is 7. So handicap versus your course index handicap. Now, every player has a handicap number, all right? You have your number, which, again, is your best 8 rounds of your last 20 averaged out. Nice. But each course now also has a slope or an index. Now, this number represents how difficult that course is. The higher the slope, the harder the course. So if you're an 18, it doesn't mean that you're an 18 on every single course. There's some courses that are easy. So you shouldn't be getting a stroke on every single hole. Okay, but then there are other courses that are very hard. You probably need a few more than 18. Right? So, for example, you're an 18 handicap, playing a course that's considered easy. You might be playing at a 16. So on that day, on that course, you're only getting 16 strokes on the 16 toughest holes. So you're supposed to actually pop. It's called popping your card. You pop it. You put a little dot next to it. So you figure out. So I'm a 12, right? So if I'm a 12 and I'm playing at a course, it's a tough course, like let's say Ballyowen right here in New Jersey. Excuse me. And let's just say Ballyowen, I'm not really a 12. I'm a 14. So I'll be popping that card. The 14 hardest holes at that course are going to get a little dot in the box. And I know that I'm getting a stroke on that hole. So that I know if it's a par 5, double bogey is a 7, plus the 1 stroke is an 8. The most I can put in for my handicap to keep it all consistent is an 8 for that particular hole. Now, look, it might be a little bit of a pain in the ass to some of you to deal with all this stuff, but if you really want an accurate handicap, and if you're going to play in any tournaments, you need an accurate handicap. If you're going to play for any money, you really need an accurate handicap. You need to go sign up and get a GIN number so that if you're playing some random stranger, you could maintain. There's a soft cap and a hard cap so that you can't actually, once your handicap is established, you can't just go, before tournament, go throw 10 terrible rounds up there. There's a maximum that I can increase and decrease at any given time. Okay, so it's meant to keep things fair, to prevent you sandbagging, whoever's sandbagging out there trying to get some extra strokes. It's just a nice system, it really is. So again, you separate it from that day. So if you shot an 88 and you're playing for some, $10 with your friend, you shot an 88. But after you popped the card and you figured out your handicap, you may only be able to add an 85 into the system. It's the only way to do it, people. It's the only way to do it. All right, and that's I think that's it. I mean, that's that's the handicap. It's very simple. Updates every day. It keeps a level playing field, so you find your normal handicap. Now, I'm really interested in this, and I'm going to be following this to a T this season because I am trying. I think I figured out how to putt. I think I did. But we're working on trying to become single digits. That's like my goal. I don't think it might not happen in 2020, but let's get as close to 9.9 as possible, and we're going to see what happens, right? We're going to try to do it. So we're going to jump into another quick sponsor here, O'Brien Creative. Thanks to social media, we all have an opportunity to create a brand with a following. What sets the O'Brien Creative Group apart from other branding experts is our creative-first approach to harnessing the potential of your company and translating it to the masses, whether you're seeking a professional branding identity, and that's what they do. They actually you go in there, you talk about your company a little bit. They're going to tell you how to market it, how to brand it, how to do it. They're not just creating a logo. They're doing the whole thing for you. Right? And you can count on the creative minds at OCG to accurately and artfully interpret your company's true identity throughout any medium. Visit them at o'briencreativegroup.com to learn more on how they could be of service to you, your brand, your company, your logo, the whole nine. They're great. Check them out. Golf balls. Balls are it's important. There's a lot of factors that go into balls. And as you can see, let's get the tight shot. There's a lot of balls to choose from. And trust me, this is probably only maybe a third of what's really actually out there. This was just all I had laying around. This is a couple we had here at Golficity, at HQ. But, this is what we got. So, look, there's so many options you might lose your mind. First, you got high spin balls. Then you got low spin balls. You got distance balls. You got balls that feel good. You got 2-piece balls, 3-piece balls. You got a ball with 4 pieces, and you got a 5-piece ball. It's a lot. You got hard balls. You got soft balls. You got expensive balls. You got cheap balls. Urethane and Cyril. I don't even know how to say these words, but there's just balls. Balls got all types of. The inner core's different. The outer shell, this, that, the paint. Everything is a lot of options with balls. Okay. And how do you pick the right ball for you? So I'll give you a story. This is what I used to do. Okay, this is what I used to do. I used to find that I had about 3 friends. Right? I only have 3 friends, but the 3 friends that I have that play golf, right? We all kind of, you find 3 people that are similar to you as far as what they like. Some people like a hard ball, some people like a soft ball. So if you're lucky enough, find 3 friends that like a soft ball, if that's what you like. And what you do at the beginning of the season, which is like now, before it starts getting, heated up, go out, pool your money together. All right? This is what we used to do. And we used to buy about 4, 6, maybe 8 different boxes of balls. So everybody would get one sleeve of all the different balls. And it was a really good way of figuring out which ball you like. So you'd play, you'd get a box of the Titleist Pro V1s, right? You get a box of the Callaway Chrome Softs. You get a box of the TaylorMade TP5s, whatever. Right down the line. Your Strixon, your Volvac, you just get them all, right? And you just play around. And that's really the best way to figure it out. Off the tee drivers, they're really not that much difference. The ones they claim that go longer, they go like 10 inches. So I guess technically they're allowed to say that they went longer, but 10 inches on a drive when you're talking about a 600-yard par 5 or 500-yard par 5, what's 10 inches really going to do? For me, the most important part is 100 yards in. Okay, do you like, softball? Feels good, smooth, but, might have a little more spin. If you don't want a lot of spin, you want a hard ball. Sometimes maybe you like the clicky-clacky sound. Everybody's got their different preferences. But how do you know if you're spending $40, $30, $40, $50 on a box of balls? You probably, excuse me, you're probably not going to really know because you're not going to have a chance to play variety. So that's what we used to do. We used to get together. We used to pool our money together. We would buy a bunch of different balls, bunch of different boxes, different brands, different styles, and we would be able to have a variety. You'd play around with one ball. You feel it out. You like it, and you move on. You try them all. And then at the end of the year, or not the end of the year, but after a couple of months, a month goes by, you figure out which one you liked, and then you go out and bought a couple boxes for the rest of the season. Now, that's one way to do it. And then there's the way that I just did it. When we were at the PGA Superstore grand opening, which video dropped, I think, last Saturday, right? It was also highlighted on Twig, I think 2 weeks ago. Phenomenal. It was just so much fun. We had the fake microphone, with the putter. We put this flag and the microphone thing on the end of a putter. We were interviewing people. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool seeing them give away $30,000 worth of free stuff. So shout out to PGA Superstore. You guys are to blank, to hold the whole Home Depot, Atlanta Falcons. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to. He's a smart man. Obviously, he knows how to do an opening, DJ, the whole nine. It was crazy. So if you haven't checked out that video, look for it, check it out. I don't know, maybe somebody will put the link below. Is that how they do that? They put it in the link in the bio. Who the hell knows? Just look for it. But at the PGA Superstore, while we were there interviewing people and getting some shots, of the actual grand opening, I went into the swing studio, right? So they got the TrackMans there, real nice. They give a nice ball, club fittings. They do lessons, right? And they also had on the menu a ball fitting. I said, "What? Explain this to me. What do we got? What's the ball fitting?" And Parker, our guy, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, I was calling him all day. He brings out this box. Now, you've seen Pulp Fiction, right? A suitcase opens up and it's like that glow coming out of the box. That's what it felt like. It was this long box. It opened up and it had it had all of these. You literally pay for an hour fitting, and it was like $30. It was like $25, $35. It was so cheap that it really takes the guesswork out, because now you get to hit your wedges, your 7-irons, your whatever clubs you want, because you're at the store, you bring your own bag in. Any clubs you want, you get to hit a couple swings. And let me tell you something. Right away. If you like the way the ball feels or not. It's amazing. And I kind of had a feeling already because I did what I used to do. I've tried the X balls, Titleist they all have it. Chrome Soft X, Pro V1 X, the Mizuno everybody's got an X ball, right? Everyone, which is supposed to be a harder ball, less spin, goes further. That's, and I'm sure there's data that can prove it. How much further? I don't think it's that much, but so it might be. I'm not a ball expert. But I don't like the clicky. I don't like the feel, the sound. The sound that it makes, it's a little too just clicky, clacky is the best way to describe it. It's hard, right? I would rather a softer ball. But I was able to retest that theory, and sure enough, right away, I knew X's are no good for me. But I got to hit so many balls. And as you all know, I love Mizuno. I got Callaway irons, and I love Callaway apparel, but I'm a Mizuno everywhere else in the bag. I was surprised. The numbers were amazing. When you hit a ball right after one another and you could see the TrackMan, the data, the spins, the spin rates, the angles, the launch angles. Some balls launch higher, some balls launch lower, some balls spin more, some balls spin less. There's so much data and information. You need to do a ball fitting, people. It's cheap, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you're like up in the Northeast or the North, you get a winter. Instead of going and freezing at an outdoor range or trying to find a simulator that's not packed, go get a ball fitting. It's actually a lot of fun. You're getting some stats. They send you all the stats. So find your local PGA Superstore or wherever you buy golf equipment and ask them if they do ball fittings, because I think they probably do. But, so for me, I played a Chrome Soft. This was right here was the ball that I played. And I got a story about this. So I was playing, shanked the shot into the woods, and couldn't find my ball. But what I did find, I found a little Callaway Chrome Soft, what is it called? Truvius? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not a soccer fan. I'm not. And these balls, I wasn't a fan of these balls when I've seen them in the stores, on TV, whatever. I saw, I think it was it Bernard Langer plays these, or some couple guys on the senior tour play these. But I found one, and because I lost my ball, I just started playing it, and I actually fell in love with it. It's a phenomenal ball. Something about these dots, these soccer ball things, you could see the spin, which is kind of cool. When you're chipping a little 20-yard, 30-yard chip shot up onto the green, you could actually see the way the ball's spinning. It's pretty cool. And it's also really easy to know that it's your ball. It's easier to spot your ball. And even when you're hitting the ball off the tee, instead of focusing on the area of the ball, you're focusing on the little, was that a hexagon? I don't know. My 3-year-old kid probably knows, but I don't. So that's what you focus on it, and it actually, It's pretty smart. I mean, I would have personally made them dots or stars or something. I think the TaylorMade's they did like a tear looking thing, but I got to say, a big fan of so if you haven't tried these, give these a shot. These are what I was using, and I got about 5 boxes of them because I used them last year. The color, only because these were in my bag. In the fall months, when there's, leaves all over the place for some reason, and it's harder to track a white ball, because the sky is usually not so blue. It's a little darker. So I like using the yellow balls in the fall. So that were in my bag because obviously that was the last time I played. But let me just real quick, I want to go through the pattern of the balls that I've used in my golf life. So since college. When I first started, I liked playing the noodle. Just because I liked telling people I was playing the noodle and nobody else was playing the noodle. So I knew I didn't have to mark a ball. Like I knew I had the noodle. Nobody else playing noodles. But I like the noodles, and they came with an extra sleeve. So if you're a beginner golfer, check out Noodle. Because instead of getting 12, you get 15. It's an extra value, plus they're cheap. So check out the Noodle. Then from there, I went to the TaylorMade Inner Gel. And you know what? Can I get some help, Pete? Can I get somebody to come over here real fast and just give me a hand? I want to grab something out of my bag. I forgot to set it up prior. All right, Jeremy, there he is. Jeremy, at the bottom thing, pull out the little container. The little container. Yes, there it is. Check it out, everybody. TaylorMade Inner Gel Tour. These balls came out probably about 20-something years ago. Maron. So check it out. So TaylorMade Inner Gel. I loved these balls. When I was in college and I was learning to play the game, they were super soft. There was, whatever gel on the inside, I guess, so they say. But the best part about them is they didn't come in a cardboard box. The packaging. It's like Apple packaging before Apple was even a thing. Look at this. Perfect. It's a little container. I keep ball markers because I collect those. Every course I play, I buy a ball marker. Literally, so they were great. So I used to go, you know what? I'm putting them right there. Nostalgic, old school. TaylorMade Inner Gels. So from that, I went to, and what I played for the longest amount of time was right over here, TaylorMade Titleist Velocity. I always thought it was a good ball. I felt like it flew far. I felt like when I hit it, it's a confidence thing too. The data might say that a certain ball flies 10 inches or a foot, 2 feet, whatever, further than another ball. But if I feel like in my head and I'm confident with that ball, it's going to go further because, I don't know, golf stat, it's weird. You feel good about something. You're confident in your club. You're going to hit that club. You tell yourself you're going to do it. It's like the secret. Like the golf is like the secret. All right. So then I went to the Titleist Velocity, and I believe that's what I was playing that I lost it. I shanked one, and then I found the Chrome Soft, and I switched to that. I believe that was maybe a season and a half, 2 seasons ago maybe. Started playing those. Now, we went to the fitting. Look out for that video. I think it's going to come out on Saturday. So just so you know, get into the rhythm. Every Thursday morning, the new podcast drops, the weekly show, right? This one here that you're watching, you're listening to, whatever you're doing. And then every Saturday, we're going to try, all right? But every Saturday, look out on the YouTube channel, the Golficity app, wherever, Facebook. We're going to be posting videos, whatever. Whether it be me out on the course, whether it be me out on the street, whatever it may be. But this Saturday, we're going to be dropping the ball fitting. So we got to film it. It was pretty cool. You'll be able to see my awful swing, how it looks after literally not swinging all winter, because as you probably know, I didn't get to swing out there in Orlando, if you saw that episode. But yeah, so anyway, so check that out. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And let me see. So, we're giving away. Vice balls. Let's talk about Vice balls real quick. I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to talk about these for a second. So before I went for the ball fitting, I had ordered some of these balls, these Vice balls, and they do, they're very popular. People tend to like them. I did the thing where they figured out which one is right for you. So the Pro Soft was the one that I guess their thing said that I should get, and I had the logo put on it. I mean, can we zoom in? I mean, I don't know which camera. Let's see which one here. This one here. Can we get up in that? Are you getting that? Oh, I see the camera moving. We're zooming in the logo. Vice ball with the Inside the Leather logo on it. I think it's a beautiful thing. They're matte, so different color, but I have never played them. And I always said, you know what? They're giving away them discount. Obviously, they weren't really that much discounted because I got them personalized with the logo. So I ended up paying, I think, more than what I would pay for a regular ball, but I got my logo on them. So for those of you who might be interested in trying out this ball, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little giveaway. So I ordered 1 box. So I'm going to give away 2 sleeves. So what we want you to do in order to register is, subscribe, on YouTube. Make sure everybody should be subscribed by now. Come on, if you're watching this episode, we've been doing this for a couple of months now. You should be subscribed. But we're going to do it with the funniest comment. The comment that makes me spit my coffee out. All right? That comment, whether it be Facebook, on the Golficity app, YouTube, wherever you put it, wherever you're watching this, like watching it, the podcast, we'll figure it out. Just if you're doing a podcast, on your lunch break at work, just figure out where to put a comment. The funniest comment gets 2 Inside the Leather branded Vice Pro soft golf balls to try them out. This is a good way to see if the Vice balls, because typically if you don't get them personalized, they're cheaper. They're cheaper than the regular ones. But let's just run through. So Titleist, they're the number 1 golf ball, the number 1 ball in golf, and they are. And I got to tell you, during the fitting, when I hit the Titleist ball, it was like. It was butter. I turned around and I immediately said to Peter, or his name's not Peter, but we're going Parker. I'm not on. Peter Parker, my man Parker. So I turned and you felt it immediately. The ball coming off the Pro V1, not the Pro V1X, the Pro V1. It was so soft. But for me, the numbers, it was a little too spinny for me. There was a lot of spin on it. Which, if you like that, then great. The TaylorMade, the 5-piece, the TPX, the Bridgestone is the ball that Tiger uses, which we have here, right here. This one here actually is one of the balls. When Tiger first signed with Bridgestone, this was here up at the Golficity headquarters here. It actually has got the Tiger. Let's get a zoom in on that. The Bridgestone ball. We zoomed in, Jeremy? Good? That's a thumbs up. That's a good. So that's a Bridgestone ball that Tiger plays, personalized, the Tour B X5, which was funny because at my ball fitting, I hit that ball, and it was actually in the running for quite some time, to be honest. Felt really nice. I mean, Bridgestone, they make tires, rubber, tires. They make good balls, too. I was very impressed. I was pleasantly surprised with the Bridgestone ball. I mean, there's a reason Tiger picked them, and that had nothing to do with money because we all know he doesn't need any of it. So, he liked the performance of that ball. But really, when you hit a bunch of these different balls and then you hit a Titleist ball, you actually really understand why the majority of pros on tour actually use them. The Mizuno, new last year in the U.S. I'm sure they sold balls, somewhere else in the world out there on the other side. But new to last year, so I bought the X, and here's the thing. That was actually the beginning of me realizing that the X wasn't for me and the clicky-clacky, because it was a very hard ball, the RB Tour X from Mizuno, but I bought them over the regular ones because the logo was blue on those, and I thought they looked cool, so I bought the X, which was a mistake. But anyway, Callaway, Phil plays the Callaways, and I'm pretty sure he plays Callaway, but Callaway makes a solid ball. Again, like I said, the Chrome Soft, check that out. Volvec used to be the sponsor of the Long Drive. Those balls go really far. They got the matte finish. They look really cool. Only downside, I got someone calling me here. I apologize. We're going to have to ignore that call right now. Oh, no, that's not a good call. Anyway, so Strixon, Vice, and then Snell. I want to talk about Snell real quick. I did it doing the research and looking up about stuff about the balls and everything. Where's the Snell? I got to find the Snell. Which one's the Snell? Where's the Snell? Where's the Snell? Oh my God, the Snell's over there. What the heck is going on? Who did the set design? I got to yell at somebody. The Snell. Check them out. I just want to talk about this here company real fast. I mean, we're not sponsored by them. We're not sponsored by anybody yet, so maybe, who knows. But the Snell, this guy here, real quick, coming across the research, I found a lot about this guy. I mean, Dean Snell, he's a plastics engineer, right? He worked for B.F. Goodrich Aerospace. He designed parts for the F-16, F-18 Black Hawk helicopters. I thought the guy was kind of cool, right? Titleist, he worked there for 7 years, co-designed the Pro V1, so the bio said, right? And then he worked for 18 years at TaylorMade, the TP red and black, the Penta, the first 5-piece ball, burner, rocket balls, the Noodle, the Project A, and the Noodle. I guess he had something to do with the Noodle that I used to like, right? And then he went out on his own, Snell Golf 2015, direct-to-consumer premium balls. So it's similar to like the Vice thing, right? So there's a lot of these companies out there now, and you should try them. There's no reason why you shouldn't try them all, because you never know which one you're going to like, and they're trying to keep the costs down. They got apparently some Pro Tours. People wanted to get in with them, and they said no because we want to keep the cost down. So 28 years in golf. He's got 40-something patents, $35 a box, and Snell Golf. I'm actually excited to try the balls. I want to try them out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these balls. I might go get another ball fitting just to reconfirm that the winner for me, believe it or not, I mean, you're going to think this is BS. You're going to think that I'm getting paid to say this, but I'm not. I wanted to play the Mizuno RB. I did. I wanted to play it because I like being consistent. And as you know, the driver, the hybrid, the wedges, the putter, the bag, and the ball are now Mizuno. So Mizuno, stop messing around. I mean, come on. Reach out to the kid. Look at me. Me and Sir Nick Faldo, it might be gold if we got us two together, right? So Mizuno, the RB ball. So listen, so yes, I wanted it to be that, but I didn't let it, do it. The numbers. And then Parker, the ball fitter, actually said, Ronnie, I'm actually kind of shocked. When you look at the numbers, when you look at the launch angle, the spin rate with the driver, the 7-iron, and the actual, and the wedge, the Mizuno RB ball to our tour, RB tour, this was actually the best overall ball for me. And I was like, book it, lock it up. I'm in, all in. I bought 17 boxes. I don't know why. So now they're probably not going to send me any because I just said, well, if they do send them, we're going to give them away. So again, we're giving away the the Vice, the logo, the balls. They look nice. Check them out. Comment on any way you can comment. So I don't care. Send me a message. If something makes me spit my coffee out, you're getting 2 free Vice Pro soft balls with the Inside the Leather logo on it. And okay, and that's that. And then we're going to do par 5 real quick, right? So par 5, I've already done my par 5. So every time I'm by myself, I want to try to mix it up a little bit, okay? So this week, sponsored by AIM Health, right? As you guys know, AIM Health. Check out my buddy, Dr. David Perna. He's making everybody feel better with non-surgical treatments of the spine, pain relief, sports rehab, body regeneration. Book a consultation today. Give him a call, 973-251-2189, or visit drdavidperna.com. AIM Health, check him out. So instead of doing the normal par 5, if you watched the interview, we did your greatest foursomes, which I did that on the last episode, so I can't do that, dead or alive. So I'm going to actually list off real quick my top 5 tour players for whatever reason, all right? The 5 players that I like the most on tour. And I might get some flack for this, but whatever, it's my list, so deal with it. Patrick Reed, all right? I know he's been through it. I know he, people don't tend to like him a little bit. He comes off as a little smug. Comes off like a little bit of a douche. But you know what? I don't care. I like him. The guy comes to play when it's your team games. He's had some gigantic moments for the USA. And I like him. The kid's competitive. And you know what? He's not out there to make friends. I don't really care. Any other sport, he would be looked at as this guy is ruthless. This guy just wants to win. But golf is a little different. You got to kind of not pander, but you just, it's just different because golfers are looked at a little bit differently. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I think that he just doesn't care to be friends with people. And he's just competitive. He wants to win. When he won the Masters and all that stuff was coming out about him, I was rooting for him hard. I really was. Even my wife was like, I like this guy. And then all the stories come out about his family and the stuff that he's done, and he's accused of this. And it's like, drop it. Come on. Leave the guy alone. He's one of the best players in the world of the game of golf. If you don't like him, you don't like him. Don't cheer for him. But you don't got to be an ass to the guy. But whatever. Patrick Reed, I'm with you, guy. I'm still with you, even though I just called you smug and a douche. But I'm a fan of yours. I really am. Number 4, Francesco Molinari. This is my guy because he's Italian. I would love to sit down and have a bowl of pasta with him. I know my man Mike from Golf City had a chance to play with this guy. I'm sure he doesn't really speak English, so, but anyway, but Molinari, he's my guy. He's Italian. He's like the only pro Italian golfer, so he's my guy, Molinari. Number 3, and this was tough. I flip-flopped a little bit. Pat Perez. He just seems like my kind of guy. He's got the hair. He seems like I like Pat Perez. He looks good in the PXG. The logos look good on him. And I just like the way he is. He seems like a guy that I would want to hang out with, and me and him would be friends. So, Pat, I don't know if you watch the show. Me and Pat Perez. My God, I got to get this cough going. My son, 3.5 years old, he gave me a cough. Number 2, Gary Woodland. Plays Wilson. He just seems like a good guy. He's like, this guy's like gold. Gary Woodland, big fan of yours. I love what you're doing. And and he went, He's with Wilson, and good for them. I like Wilson. Wilson's a good company, right? I like Wilson. I like Gary Woodland. He's a good guy. Now, number one, people are going to go, wait a minute. Number one, obviously, it's Tiger. But here's the funny thing. Growing up, I was not a big Tiger fan. I was more of a Phil fan because I liked the underdog. I didn't like how easy it was. I mean, Tiger was like number one in the world for, 680-something weeks? I mean, it's insane. I was not a fan of I liked him. I appreciated him. I respected what he did. I mean, he was great at what he did, obviously. He was the best player in the world. But I would root for Phil because I'm an underdog kind of guy. I like the underdog. I mean, I'm a Jet fan. I'm just like I've been an underdog my whole life with that. But it's funny. Since all the crazy stuff that happened to Tiger with the injuries, the thing, the wife, all the crazy stuff that I'm a Tiger fan now. Now I want Tiger to win. And I got to be honest, I think Phil's a little douchey. Even though he's great for the game, he's funny. I don't know. I think to me, he's trying a little too hard. The calf bit is funny. I dig it because I, too, also have massive calves. I really do. When you're lugging around this much weight for 40 years, you're going to build up a strong calf, right? I got big calves, too. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's coming off a little phony to me. But again, nothing against Phil. I was always a fan of his, and again, obviously respect his game too. But for me, it's Tiger now. It used to be Phil, but whatever. Gary Woodland, Pat Perez, Molinari, and Patrick Reed. That's my top five. So that's it. We're done with this episode. Best ball is the title of this episode. Thanks to our sponsors. Another call. Oh, my God. Everybody's calling me. I'm a popular guy today. So thanks to our sponsors. Therapist Preferred, O'Brien Creative, Aim Help. Obviously, special thanks to Golficity, Mike, Frank, and the whole team. Interns, we got Jeremy, we got everybody that's involved. Thank you very much. And as always, are you ready? Because it's coming. It's coming. You ready? Keep it inside the leather!